Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What it do?
It's popping.
Hey, what's popping? Big Blanco. That must be a popular name. You like the second person I had on here named Blanco. So tell
Yeah.
everybody.
No shade to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the original, you know what I'm saying?
There is. Where you got your name from?
So, long story short, my first like social media name was Coochie Cartel. And then I started my sophomore year of college, and I'm like smoking with my homeboy Prescott. Shout out to Prescott, and we watching like some cartel shit, mob shit, and he like, smoking. We smoking. He like, Cho, you know who you remind me of? I was like, who? Griselda Blanco. Um, just some context on that. I was like really in my bag, really a hot girl summer before Meg really made it a hot girl summer thing. So just always been like a boss and shit. And so that night I like did some research on her, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I see why he said that. So ever since then, I changed my name to Cartel Blanco. That was 2012.
How old you now?
How old am I?
How old?
I'm 28.
So you was doing hot when you say hot girl swimming, that means you was like damn fucking these niggas and getting the bag and having sex with everybody. That's what I mean.
No. What hot girl? I mean, you fucking niggas and shit. Hot girl summer mean you on your shit. Like you getting money, you independent. Like I just was on my shit. I wasn't even really fucking with nobody around that time. I just was working, making money, and doing my thing.
Okay, okay, fat. Big fat, big fat. Tell everybody you was born and raised at. Like when you was,
So I was born in Livingston, New Jersey. I moved to Columbia, South Carolina when I was going to second grade. So I claim Columbia, South Carolina. I don't even sound up north. Like I don't even sound northern. So, but yeah, I was born in Jersey and then I moved to Columbia.
facts, big fat, big fat. So, like how you got the producer tag, like Blanco? Like how you got this? Who did the tag for you?
So that's who did my tag now, Jay Neutron, voice tag gods. He's done like Metro, Murder, 808 Mafia, like all that. And the tag came from the original tag from my homeboy Otis. And I was like, yo, I need a tag and say something that had Blanco in it. And he sent me a few, and that's the one that stuck. And I edited it myself, but it didn't sound, professional, or it didn't sound good. So I think I got that tag in like April. Got it made in April, and it just sounds good to me. So I just stick with that. Yo Blanco, this shit hard.
Big Blanco, big Blanco, Blanco. Now Griselda Blanco was a big giant drug dealer. Like, was you pushing weight or something like that? Was you really moving keys? Cause she was a killer, certified killer.
She was, but I think it was more so of her mentality. Like she was a boss. Like she was the head honcho, and I really even at that time, but even now, I just always been on my shit. Like I always been working jobs, multiple jobs, even in college. Like I work two jobs now. Just my mindset. Like I'm very determined. If I want something, I'm gonna get it, type of thing. So that I think that's why he said you remind me of Griselda Blanco. Like I just shit.
Right, right, okay. And what made you start making beats, taking it serious?
Um, what made me start taking it serious was, oh, it's a long story, but I just knew I always knew I never wanted to work a 9 to 5, like a traditional 9 to 5. I always knew that. So back in 2019, left California. I drove back to Columbia. And I kind of like tried to find myself again. I was in a relationship that kind of took my identity away. I was giving so much to that person and just giving so much to that relationship that I lost my identity. So I had to find again and just find what I love. I relearn myself and love myself again. I always knew growing up I wanted to be involved in some form. I either wanted to be an A&R or a VJ, but with nowadays you can do that yourself. Like you can do that shit on YouTube, kind of take off. Um, or like you just gotta have an ear to be an A&R or have an artist that you see the potential. They got the the drive. But what made me get into production? My ex at the time, he started producing, making his own beats. And I was like, I'm just naturally intrigued because I was in band. I always was like, I did band camps. I was in music camps. And so one day I was like, hey, yo, when you get home, I want to make a beat. And he like played me to the left, like, I'm not playing around. This ain't for play. And I was like, okay. So, like I said, I left that relationship, came back, moved to Texas. And then that's where I kind of was like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. And starting in April 2020, I bought FL. I just bought some drum kits. I kind of learned FL because if you don't know FL, you're not just about to hop on that shit and just start making beats. So yeah, around like April 2020 was quarantine. I was like, fuck it. It's time to get serious. It's time to really do what I want to do in life. And so it just kind of started from there.
Wow, you did a whole lot of moving going on just now. Um, right. So it's amazing. You say you left Cali to move back to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. I find that fascinating. A lot of people try to leave Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, yeah, like I didn't really have a choice at the time. Like I wasn't about to stay in California literally by myself. I ain't know nobody besides the people I worked with. And it's so fucking expensive in California. Like I knew I wasn't gonna be able to survive by myself. I would have found a way, but at the time I just was so fucked up, like really depressed, that I was like, no, I gotta go back home, to where people love me, they genuinely care for me. But I knew I didn't want to stay in South Carolina. I knew I didn't want to stay in Columbia. So I started literally like applying everywhere. Like I was applying in New York. I was applying to fucking Maryland, Boston, Chicago. I even applied back to Cali, and I ended up getting a job at Texas A&M, at the rec center where I was the aquatics coordinator for operations. And yeah, I stayed there for like a year and 9 months. And I left because that job was starting to turn into a lifestyle, and it wasn't really giving me any flexibility to work on what I wanted to work on, which was music. So I just took that leap and was like, hey, I got to go back this way. So I just applied to some more jobs and shit. Even the job that I got when I moved out here, I don't even work there no more. I was not fucking with that. So I found me another job.
And what
So
you do now currently?
so currently I work for the county. Um, I'm a aquatic supervisor. So essentially, I'm doing the same thing what I was doing at A&M, just on a little smaller scale. But in my part-time job, I just lifeguard, so I enjoy it. So I just do that.
What instruments you know how to play?
I know how to play also saxophone. Um, the crazy thing is I scored high in percussion. That was like the highest thing I scored in, but I think a lot of people was like choosing percussion. So I was like, no, I want to do something different. And I just always like the sound of a saxophone. So I can play saxophone. I can play a little bit of the piano. I'm not like no you like sick with it, but I
Mm.
understand music. I understand scales. So once you really understand like music theory, you good.
You know how to read music fluently?
Mhm. I was
Mm.
in band for all throughout middle school, and then I did 1 year in high school. I would have kept doing it in high school, but in high school they made you do a marching band, and then me and the band director at the time, we really didn't mesh well, so um, I just quit.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Would you in choir as well?
I did do choir growing up. Yep. I did choir when I was a kid in Jersey, and then I did a little bit. I went to Brooklyn Baptist, and I was on the choir for a little bit over there.
You had like a solo?
Nah, I never, no, I never was a soloist. No.
You basically like the backup, like the background singer.
Yeah, I'm an alto. So yeah, I never wanted to be like a singer. I never wanted to be a rapper or nothing like that. So
So you
that
don't have no plans of being an artist and producer?
nah. But I feel like being a producer is an artist. But I don't want to rap. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to make beats.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of producers, I mean, came, I guess, successful rappers, Puff, Pharrell, Timbaland, Jermaine Dupri, the list goes on, so on and so forth. Uh, they doing it or whatever. How much do you pay for your beats?
Like, how much do I charge?
Yeah, yeah, how much you charge? Yeah, how much?
So now for like an exclusive, like if you want an exclusive beat, I'm at 200 right now. Um, for like a lease, there's different pricing. So like a basic is like $29.99. A premium is like I think $39.99 or something like that. And then I forgot the other one that I have available, but it's like 50 something, like $59.99. But an exclusive right now I charge like 200, and that's because I've gotten way better. Um, I've invested in like my equipment, going to like writing camps and stuff like that. So I just feel like I'm investing all of this in myself. So I gotta like charge my worth. That's where I'm at with it right now.
And you had mentioned something earlier too. You talking about A&R and co-executive producers. Those people are very important. I think people make that try to downplay the executive producers, the A&Rs, whatever, because you need those people when creating art, though. Because the artist can't do everything on his own. You need people like the Quincy Jones, the Puffies, Jermaine Dupri's. You need those people. You need Birdmans of the world to help create projects, even though they maybe not the best artists, but they got a good sound for music, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Uh, yeah. So are you an A&R as well, since you're a producer, or you just kind of like restricted to the beats?
Um, I wouldn't call myself an A&R, but I do have like I have a good ear, in especially with like up and coming artists. I like underground artists or like people that a lot of people don't even really know about.
Me too. I like that as well. I
Um,
like seeing the talent flourish like a caterpillar and then
but,
grow up to be a butterfly. I like to see it.
but so like for example, when like for example, 18 Vino, rest in peace, Vino. Like I before he was really kind of popping, I already knew him. And so just seeing his growth and out the trajectory he was on, like that shit was so inspiring. And even like Megan, when I first followed Megan, she only had like 300,000 followers. So just seeing her now, it just shows like if you keep grinding, if you keep working and staying consistent, you'll see progress. You just got to keep going, and that's the biggest thing about not even just music, but just doing, anything that you want to do. You got to stay consistent.
Well, yeah, consistency is the key. You just got to keep growing and keep growing. Say if somebody wanted to get in, what would be some tips you think for everybody who watching this to get into that? Or,
Into A and R.
yeah.
Really, honestly, to be an A&R, in my personal opinion, you gotta have an ear. You gotta know what sound good. Um, you gotta know what sound good. You gotta have a vision for not even just the artist, but for like yourself as well. But you gotta have connections. You gotta know how to make connections. And like I said earlier, you gotta have an artist that's willing to do the work. They're hungry, um, and when y'all both are on the same path, like y'all on the same vibe, I just feel like it creates organic chemistry. So being an A&R is not hard. It's just again, you got to know the right people. You got to work on making connections. You got to have an ear. You got to have that artist or
It's
artist.
hard. It's hard. It's hard. People try to make it seem like you just gotta. All you just gotta do is just hear talent. No, 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 no.
Yeah, no, no, no. It's not just hearing the talent. It's more. It's hearing the talent, but it's also okay. What are you gonna do with that talent?
My favorite A&R is Puffy because he get people that I never thought were gonna blow up. Like Total, he did a little Kim album, first album. All those people albums he touched, you realize they was like perfection. They got classics. Everything he touched, he give everybody a classic. So he's he got an ear for it. He's really good at what he do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it really got to be a talent though inside. You got to have it. I think
Yeah,
Uh, do people take you serious as a female producer? Because there ain't too many female producers in the game like that. Though. It's a lot of female rappers going on, but ain't many female producers. They take you serious in the studio.
um. So I've just started kind of getting in the studio, and for my experience so far, nobody has like try to be like, what the fuck? It's just more so you produce music. That's dope. And I think when they hear my beats, they be surprised like, you made that shit. So I personally haven't had that experience where people. I think when I first started, I think people didn't take me seriously. But I think now it's at a point where they're like, oh no, Chelsea, like she dead ass serious. Um, and just the packs that I done put out, and just the shit that I post in my story, just kind of making some moves. Like I think people are starting to tap in. But yeah, I haven't personally been in that position where somebody hasn't taken me seriously. It's more so it's been like love and people motivating me to keep going.
Yeah, 'cause I talked to some females. I talked to female maybe a couple weeks ago or whatever on the show or whatever. Like she go through like sexual harassment or whatever. Working with big time artists. Some of our favorite artists we know and love. She ain't dropped no names, of course, but she was saying how hostile the work environment can be working with them. So I just want to know, do like all females go through that in the studio with guys being assholes?
Yeah, I haven't been in a studio with a big artist yet. And honestly, I'm the type of person to set the tone, set the boundary, and like if I'm working with an artist, like it's business. I'm not trying to flirt. I'm not trying to do nothing like that in the studio. We making music. Um, so yeah, I haven't been tried, thankfully, as of yet. So
And we don't want you to.
yeah, I don't want to be tried. I just want to make the music and go about my day.
Well, like how old you was when you first got in the studio? Do you remember?
My first shit, 28.
Oh, wow. So this happened recently. Okay.
I
Okay. What was
just
it like?
probably like around like April. I started getting in the studio for real. Like it's and I think and part of the reason why I moved back home was because I know people in with connections with the music shit and like they have studios and all that. So um just I really be locking in with people that I know and that genuinely want to see me succeed. They're not trying to put me in a position to where I feel uncomfortable or try anything like that.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. And you mix and master as well.
So yeah, I mix my beats. Like I know how to like fix my levels. And shit. I'm not an engineer. I eventually kind of tap into engineering, but I definitely know how to mix my music and make sure it sounds good.
Mm. Because engineers, man, I feel like a lot of people give a lot of credit to the producers, but the engineers deserve more credit behind the scenes making this music because the engineers got Lil Baby sounding like fucking good. People calling him the GOAT, but it's the engineers got him sounding like this. Future engineers got him sounding like that. The engineers got these guys sounding like this. Picking those right pockets to get in that auto tune shit. So the engineers need more credit, I think, in the
Yeah,
process.
engineers. And shout out to my girl Lex, the engineer. I met her in LA last month. She's dope as hell. Um, and she's really serious about her craft. She got her own studio in Atlanta, and she's a dope engineer. So shout out to Lex.
Right. What's your favorite producer tag? Like, who's some of your favorite producer tags? Like, like how you got your tag. Who's some of your tags you like?
Shit, um, band play,
I love it. I love Dog. They got a great sound down there in Memphis.
band play be fucking snapping. Who else? I like Coop.
I don't know who that is. Who that?
He make a lot of beats for Young Nudie. Um,
I don't listen to him like that. So
yeah, Wonder Girl, Pipe It Up TNT.
yeah. He make fire too.
Of course, Jordan, aka Pierreborn. I don't call him Pierreborn. No shade to that. I just met him as Jordan.
He from South Cape too as well.
Yeah, he from the mid. Shit, Murder. It's a lot. I really admire a lot of these cats. Hell, Jetson, Nico, First Class. All of them. I fuck with a lot of producers. It's kind of hard to be like who's my favorites because I have a lot. Like even producers that don't even have a big name, like Brandon Blanco. He produced a lot of shit for Light Skin Keisha. He produced some shit for Sauce Walker. Um, Big Cuz he produced a lot of Ken the Man.
Mm.
She's a dope female artist. A lot of her shit. Lil Ju. Like I fuck with a lot of people.
Right. I fuck with Metro.
Metro, yeah.
That's Metro go hard. Fuck with Ye. I'm gonna take it way back. I'm gonna fuck with Kanye West. He's
Oh, of course. That's my favorite
he
rapper. That's
he. I feel like it's the difference between being a beat maker and a producer. Would you agree on that? Like a lot of people producers making beats, but I don't feel like they're producing as well. I don't feel like I don't hear a lot of producing in this era, this generation of music. It ain't no producer. They just we just throwing them beats and we're just gonna get them the beat. Like it ain't no
Yeah,
strategic.
I don't think there's anyone. I don't want to say there's no one on Kanye's level when it comes to producing. Just because I've been listening to like Late Registration and College Dropout lately. Late Registration is my favorite album, but and that whole album, the production.
No. 808s and Heartbreaks. He was totally ahead of his time.
Oh well, yeah, I mean those first like four albums are just fucking.
5 albums. Dark Twisted Fantasy was
Yeah,
a
it's
fantasy.
five. You're right. Yeah. So College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks. Yeah, and my yeah. Um, but as far as that type of level of production, I don't really think nobody is there nowadays. But I also feel like that sound isn't really like. First of all, songs are only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Well,
If you
that's because
really,
people got short attention spans and people ain't really they only got like a verse and a hook in the hooks, like 3 hooks. They come with it. They ain't got no bridge no more. They don't really got complete songs no more because people's attention spans are so short nowadays. I'm
and
starting
it's
to peep that.
also it's quick stream. You know, you want to keep replaying that song over. You know,
Yeah. But see that they faking streaming them. That's what I don't really like about this bullshit. The numbers are being quite manipulated with this system. I'm gonna take it back. Even the Justice League, because I like the Justice League, because how they fuck with Rick Ross. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They got a good tag, and who else I like? Goddamn, what his name is? Oh, Just Blaze. Just Blaze. Yeah, Just Blaze and all them.
it plays hard.
Yeah, he definitely dope. He definitely helped Jay Z career out a lot. Even though I think he was on the Blueprint. That's one of my favorite J projects, the Blueprint. With that.
Mm, yeah,
But you don't really hear that no more though. You don't really hear I would say the soulfulness. You don't hear that no more. It's kind of like everybody jumping on the rap,
it's really just heavy 808s. Um,
basically.
a dope probably melody and some crazy hi hats, and you know that's really it.
And
But
everybody rapping double time. Like everybody trying to rap like the baby now. Super duper. Well, I think it's with double time now. Or they trying to rap as fast without breathing, and they just doing like that. Like, that shit right there. Come on now.
yeah, that's why it's so when people drop a project, and not everybody, like it's some people's project when they drop, you can really digest it and you want to continue listening to it. But nowadays, when somebody drop an album, or a project, because people don't really drop albums anymore. It's projects.
That's another way. So when they got them flop first week, that's another way of saying it was just a mixtape, whatever, so they can cover it up. That's just bullshit. The label trying to put out for everybody, for the public. They think they slick, but they not slick. So
Like
when they
Meg, I love Megan to death, but I did not like her album. Like I really don't even revisit her album like that. I listen to Tina Snow more than anything.
That's another thing about that. I'm glad you brought Megan Thee Stallion up. Megan Thee Stallion is a terrible rapper. Megan Thee Stallion hasn't made any good music like that recently. People just keep her the benefit of the doubt because she got shot in the foot. I just want somebody to help me understand, who does she rap better than? And since we doing the equal rights movement going on, do she rap better than any male rappers in her class? She don't rap better than no male rappers. None. None that I know of.
Let's look up her motherfucking freshman class, because I don't even remember who the fuck was on her freshman.
No. Besides the freshman class, that don't count right there. Who is Megan Thee Stallion rapping better? She's not rapping better than Lil Baby. She's not rapping better than Drake. Tyler, the Creator, just dropped album of the year, actually, by the way. People forgot about that. She's not. Who is she rapping better than? I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I feel like Megan has better wordplay than some niggas. Definitely.
she's making the same song over and over.
So is the Baby. So is like Future and shit. Why is it an issue when she makes the same type of music that she like? Why is that an issue?
So you saying Megan Thee Stallion's a better artist than Lil Baby?
I didn't say that. I did not. I'm not trying to compare them at all. I feel like the Baby is the Baby. I mean, not the Baby. Lil Baby is Lil Baby, and Megan is Megan Thee Stallion. But not or some of her songs kind of. I'd be like, this ain't it. You know. Like I said, her. What's that shit? What's Good News? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The singing.
It was weak. It was mid. That shit was Reggie. It was Reggie. Reginald. Regular. That shit was Reggie. It was Reggie as fuck. That shit was Reggie, bro. That shit was goddamn. That shit was a Black and Mild, man. That's how bad it was, goddamn.
But yeah, like I just think I really don't like when we try to compare like female rappers.
No, we got to do that. That's fair. That's fair.
I just feel like
we can't move the goalposts
like
to see a female.
That's like a few like Future or the Baby. Like the Baby been making the same music for the past 2 years.
Not necessarily. I actually like when they collab together, though.
I do as well, and first of all, I'm not even gonna call him the Baby. I'm calling him Jonathan at this point. Because
Kirk.
Well, that's his last name. I'm calling him Jonathan. That's his first name. Jonathan is his first name.
I just feel like Megan Thee Stallion is making mediocre music. Somebody needs to say it.
That's your personal opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why music is so dope, because it's so opinionated. And nobody's right.
You're right. Nobody's right though. But I just feel like somebody got to speak out, because ain't nobody. Everybody just keeps saying, you know, I feel like she went into wars based off the incident that happened a year ago with her being shot.
See, I feel like I've seen her work ethic. I've seen her when she was I tried to go see Megan at a goddamn strip club. Was it a strip club? No, it wasn't a strip club. It was some type of little raggedy club in Atlanta. To where she is now, bro. It's like Tina Snow is a classic ass mixtape.
Her freestyles are better. I'm sorry to cut you off, but her freestyles are a lot better.
Freestyles are better. Like, and that bitch she can really freestyle.
But she can't make good music though. See, that's the difference between a lot of rappers. They can rap, but they can't make songs. It's not about rapping nowadays. It's about making good songs. Lil Uzi Vert can't rap, but you know how to make songs. You know how to go in the studio and create songs. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Now, I fuck with Uzi. Now, don't get me wrong. Uzi is my guy.
Is she making better music than Uzi right now?
Meg ain't really making music for real right now. I feel like Meg is just throwing us little singles. She might be gearing up for a little project, but
How about this? How do you feel about Thought Shit?
That's my little vibe. But honestly, it's the beat. That beat's stupid.
Okay, so did you watch the video?
Yes, I love the video.
Besides the video, just take the video out. Do you really feel like that's a hot song? Let's be honest. You think it's hot?
If it come on, I'm hands on my knees, shaking ass in my thigh shit. Hands on my knees, shaking ass in my... If it come on, I'm bopping. Period.
That shit Reggie though. Okay, okay.
But I don't feel like Megan makes music for y'all. Megan makes music for us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I think it's for y'all to enjoy. I think it's for y'all to watch her shake her ass and be infatuated with her ass for a little bit, shake some little titties. Other than that, that music's not for y'all. So I don't.
You're right. Okay.
I don't think men are going to be like, "Ooh, put that Meg Thee Stallion on."
I mean, I like Lil Kim hardcore. I ride around listen to Lil Kim hardcore.
But Lil Kim, I feel like Lil Kim and Megan,
But they talk about the same thing though. They in the same realm. Lil Kim talk about sucking dick and all kind of shit on the first album.
But she is one. She's what, 40 something?
No. I'm talking about hardcore.
You talking about I know. You talking about back then. But I feel like that was a different time. Kim came up with Biggie and all that. That was a different time. Like, I don't know. I just think y'all really be trying to play my girl Meg. Like she ain't got.
I'm not trying to play. That's my opinion.
And I don't like it.
That's my humble opinion. I just think she's getting by. I think she's getting by because of the Jay-Z affiliations, because of Rock Nation affiliations, and because Beyonce gave her that co-sign and that feature last year. It really took over the top. Because,
but was that song not a bop before Beyonce got on it? Was that song not a bop before Beyonce got on it? Let's stop it here, because Megan has fucking bops. Cash It, a bop. Cry Baby, a bop. Hot Girl Summer, a bop.
That shit was Reggie. That song was Reggie. I thought that song could have been better. Hot Girl Summer was Reggie. That was Reggie.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, Hot Girl Summer was cute.
That was Reggie. Say it was Reggie. Just say it.
If it come on, I'm listening.
It was Reggie. That song was Reggie. Ty Dolla $ign was horrible on that hook. And Ty Dolla $ign usually when you got Ty Dolla $ign on the hook, you don't miss. That shit missed, bro. That shit was an air ball.
But it wasn't for you.
Well, you're right. Okay, you're right. Okay.
It wasn't for you.
You're right. How you feel about the baby comments though? And Rolling Loud? Jonathan, since you want to go off his government name, Jonathan Kirk.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I had no problem with what he said though, in my humble opinion. He didn't say nothing bad. He said the same thing a lot of people say. I don't understand.
Maybe I haven't been out in a while, but if I was out, and I heard they be saying this shit at Atlanta clubs. If I heard that shit in the club and the DJ said that shit, what the fuck Jonathan said on that stage, like,
all he said was, if you ain't been sucking dick in the parking lot,
that's one part of what he said. He said something about, I can't remember fully what he said about the HIV and AIDS comment. But him and his motherfucking hype man, the DJ, whatever.
I'm about to explain it. He said, if y'all ain't sucking dick in the parking lot or whatever, goddamn, put your goddamn hands up. Y'all ain't fucking. Y'all got no HIV or AIDS.
Bro, they know what the fuck that nigga.
You ain't about to die. No, that's what he said. I'm paraphrasing it. Of course, he ain't say. I don't feel like what did he say that was so wrong? Everybody's outraged about. I don't understand how he disrespected the elemental P community. Like, how did he disrespected them? I don't understand.
First of all, we not gonna elemental P community. Let's be respectful. Let's be LBGTQ.
Like I just said,
or you just say that community.
How did he disrespect anybody? Why is everybody in the outrage for? I just feel like because the internet.
Let me see if I can find what he. Oh, here we go.
He paraphrased it. I'm paraphrasing. He basically said what I said.
You really are.
Damn. Fuck it.
Where is it at?
But let me ask you, how you feel about it? Like, why do you think everybody's got why everybody's so uptight when he said, like, everybody's so offensive?
Okay, I wanted to make sure this is what he said. He said, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up.
Okay, what's wrong with that? What is, I don't understand how he offended how did he offend the elemental P community? How? Where do we get this from?
Why are you? gay people aren't the only people that get HIV and AIDS.
He didn't say anything about gay people.
Bruh, then he goes on to say, ladies, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phone light up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, like that whole call to action thing, nigga, what happened to waving hands? Let me, the left side, where you at? Let me hear you. If you got more than $20, put your lighter up. If you got more than $50, like, you know, like my thing is, the thing that I think it's, one, it was ignorant. Two, it was insensitive because what if somebody found out they had HIV 2 days before that concert? And I'm over here trying to enjoy my motherfucking self. I'm at Rolling Loud. I done paid all this money. I'm coming to see your black ass. And you bring that up on the motherfucking stage. Now I'm traumatized. Now I'm like, huh? What? I was trying to forget that I had that.
Wait a minute. So when rappers talk about, so females can make songs about sucking dick and doing all that. But when a rapper talking about this on stage, why are people so
Bruh,
offended?
that's not the intention of what he was saying. Wasn't what it was, bro. Like, that shit, man, and I'm gonna play the fucking video. Like,
I don't understand what he was saying. All he was doing is trying to hype the crowd up. People say worse things than that. Are we
bro,
serious?
I
So if you saying you was there, you would have felt offended if you would have made those
if I was
statements.
there and I heard him say that, I would have been like, why the fuck he say that? Like, my nigga, it's so many other things that you can get crowd engagement, crowd reactions instead of saying some ignorant, stupid ass like that. Especially even the sentence he said, or any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases. Nowadays, if you have AIDS or HIV, you live longer than people that don't have it. It's many things out nowadays that can help you get through that situation. Like, it ain't like that where people was really dying in 3 weeks. I just think as a celebrity, as a public figure, and I get it, like, it's freedom of speech, but at the same time, there's a difference between freedom of speech and ignorance. He was being ignorant. And then after it was assault to injury, when you go on fucking live and you trying to explain the situation and you're not making it no better. And then you're giving off you're giving off as if you don't give a fuck. And if you don't give a fuck, that's cool. But don't try to double down or triple down when now, oh, I'm not doing this show. I'm not doing that show. You losing bags, and then you finally get a PR because the nigga ain't have a publicist. He just got that publicist this fucking week. The publicist sent out a fucking actual nice apology, and then no, after the live, he put a fucking apology out, and then after the apology, where it could have just been that, he then went further on and said, "But that's y'all do what y'all do." It shouldn't have been a but. It should have been a fucking apology, and that was that. It should have been. It should have been. You know, I didn't mean any harm by what I said. Blah blah blah. I apologize if I offended anybody. Blah blah blah. But you just going on about, it's just his character is real. Ugh.
And let me say this right here. I'll let you go on your rant. But I don't understand that. Why is everybody so sensitive on this internet about what he said? Now people trying to take food out this man by canceling his show. He feed his family off this show because he made some comments.
He did it to himself.
Because he made comments about that. Now everybody after this man called a clip. There's a 30-second clip that went viral. A 30-second clip. They didn't even watch the whole performance with him. That's how much the internet does it.
So watch the whole performance. The 30-second clip was enough.
It's amazing to me how the internet, people just take the internet and they just take it to do whatever they want to do with it. They can just spin the narrative how they want to.
Stream the show. If you was watching it live, I'm pretty sure if people was watching that shit live and you in your motherfucking living room and you heard him say that, what? Rewind that nigga. What the fuck that nigga say?
I seen it 1,000 times. It ain't bothered me what he said. I don't see what he said was so
That's
offensive.
you. Like, I mean, everybody not gonna get it, and I'm not about to. I'm not saying cancel him. I'm just saying he needs to be educated. He needs to think before he speak, because again, his actions has caused a domino effect. That nigga ain't have to say that. There's so many other things you could have said instead of bringing up some people's sexual status. Like, what if you didn't show up today with HIV or AIDS or any of them deadly? Like, what?
Do you feel like a lot of people are being just a little bit too sensitive right now because of the internet?
I don't think it's sensitive. Like for like the example I said, if I found out I had HIV or AIDS, like I'm not positive, I'm negative, but like if I found out that I had that disease and I'm coming to your show, I done paid money to see you, and a lot of the gays support the baby, Jonathan. A lot of gays support these rappers that talk.
Hold on, wait a minute. So it's amazing how we gonna cancel the baby, but when Lil Nas X,
Canceling the baby, bro.
wait, I let you speak. Why did people cancel Lil Nas X for saying he want to go on the Grammys and get butt ass naked? And he was kissing them boys in the mouth at the BET Award. Why ain't nobody wrote no letters then?
But why does that bother people? That he's not kissing y'all. He's gay.
But okay, so that's okay for him to kiss men on camera and say it on Twitter. He said he gonna get butt ass naked and perform with Jack Harlow, I believe, or some artist. He gonna get butt ass naked and perform. So that's okay right there. So that's okay. We can give him a pass because he's gay, right? You see how we switch the narrative? See how people switch this shit?
I didn't say that, but
so why people ain't canceling him? I don't understand though. Lil Nas X.
What is he being canceled for? He said he tweets. First of all, Lil Nas is a child. He's gonna tweet some stupid.
He's a grown man. He's an adult.
Okay, he's an adult. To me, he's a child. I just don't see how we're comparing the two.
Because he said something about HIV, but one person said they're gonna get butt ass naked on stage. So you don't find that offensive as well?
I would have found it offensive if he actually got on stage butt naked.
Okay.
He ain't get on stage butt naked.
What about him kissing guys that be on live?
That's not my business. He's gay, bro. Like, I don't understand what the fuck. Like, he's been out for a year or longer. Hell, it's been 2 years since that shit dropped. Yeah, he's been out for a while. I don't get into people's sexual preferences. If I like the artist, I'm gonna like the artist. He's gay. He's a gay male. I don't see how kissing somebody on TV is offensive. It's only offensive if you just don't like gay people. That's what you're projecting right now is a little bit of homophobia.
Whoa! I ain't homophobic. Hey, I love everybody, man.
I didn't say. I said what, like the way you're trying to say why he's not canceled. I don't see what Lil Nas said or did to feel like to be canceled. I feel, again, it wasn't just what the baby said, it was his actions after what he said that has fucked up his bag. And I'm pretty sure his bag not fucked up. He's still getting money. But it's just, this is a lesson, a humbling lesson that, hey, I need to think before I speak, because really that shit wasn't cool. That shit wasn't cool. I don't have the disease or nothing like that. And I literally was like, what? And this ain't the time he done did some wild shit, even from him slapping a woman. Like,
so what about the woman who put the camera in his face? So we don't.
I didn't say she was right. I'm just saying, like, my guy, like.
But they say they just giving one side. They say he slapped the woman, but they didn't say how the woman was invading his personal space. She was in his personal bubble. Okay,
I'm not, and that's, again, there's ways that you can control that. One, your security. Two, you didn't have to slap the fuck out that woman. Like, you really could have pushed her. You could have gave her a little mush. But like, it's just the actions of Jonathan sometimes can hurt him in the long. And I'm really tired of this whole situation. It's just more so think before you speak. And I don't necessarily think it's people being sensitive. It's more so people being insensitive. Because like I said, somebody could have found that shit out and they going to Rolling Loud and trying to have a good time, and you triggering something that, damn, bro, what the fuck?
Okay. I want to touch on that. You said women were doing it, but a lot of rappers are coming about this. More women are sexually harassing rappers than the women touching the rappers. Like, a lot of women be touching these rappers on stage without their consent. But nobody talks about that.
That's not right. You shouldn't touch nobody. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay. Are you continuing to listen to Jonathan music?
The shit that's already done came out, I ain't really rushing to listen to no new shit.
Mm.
Just because right, I'm not feeling him right now. I'm not feeling him right now.
Boy, this goddamn cancel culture right here. Do you believe that shit exists?
I didn't.
I'm just asking, do you believe it exists? Though? Do you believe anybody can get canceled in 2021? I ain't talking about him. I'm just saying, period, right
I
now.
think you can get canceled for a period. Like when Chris Brown was canceled for a little period, and then he worked on himself and all that. You know, Rihanna and them kind of talk like they was young kids, and I just feel like cancel culture is real, but it's also at some point in time people are going to forgive. And I'm not saying cancel culture is cool. I just feel like sometimes people need to be humble. And I feel like the baby is going through a humbling experience right now. He don't want to admit it, but he's definitely going through a humbling experience right now, for sure.
I don't believe anybody can get canceled. How can you cancel anybody to keep working?
I just said you can't cancel nobody. I do believe cancel culture is real, but you can't necessarily cancel anybody. You can stop fucking with somebody for a little second, which I'm giving Jonathan a little breathing room. We need some time off, but I don't think he's canceled. I just think he just needs to educate himself, um, and just you're in a space where you people are depending on you, so you got to make sure that you move accordingly. Period.
Do you believe the cancel culture has affected Tory Lanez in any way?
I feel like Tory Lanez is affecting Tory Lanez.
And why is that?
Again, how this is how the situation played out. It's the fucking like when that shit went down. I forgot even what all he did because that was long ago. But like again, it was the gaslighting about. It's just it's character. I don't know how to
I think
explain.
they was being a little bit petty too. She talking about she don't want to do no shows. She don't want nobody to work with them. She got a little bit to play a part in this right now. Her and Rock Nation.
I totally agree. I don't think and even with the baby and Megan situation, I don't feel like Megan should dictate who people are working with. Like you can't.
that's totally wrong right there. Let him think for himself, though.
I don't think
That's
he
y'all
told people who to
situation.
work with, but I do think if Jonathan and Megan were actually friends outside of the music, I do feel like he could have gave her a phone call or like a FaceTime, a text message, like, hey sis, this is what I'm doing. Like I know you and him got that situation, but blah blah blah. We got this song coming out. I just want to let you know. But it's just more so, and also I think he liked something about like um the baby liked something on Twitter about something like shooting people, and it was kind of like talking about him and Tory Lanez, and I think that's what really kind of like slapped her in the face. But yeah, I don't think she can dictate who people work with, but just like respect level, like my nigga, you could have gave me a call. We friends outside of this music shit, so they supposed to be. I don't even know they real life.
Do you believe that? Do you believe he's guilty of what he did allegedly?
I don't know. I can't answer that because I wasn't there. But I mean, somebody shot the gun. It was his gun. Somebody shot it. Something
Mm.
happened in the car. Like something happened. Now, am I saying that he's guilty? I don't know. But something
Do
happened.
do you listen to his music still? Daystar music.
I listened to shit that was already like I never really was a big Tory Lanez fan to begin with. Not saying I didn't like he can't sing or nothing like that. I just never really was a fan like that. I think I started liking his music. I forgot the name of it was a project, but it was like he had the little puppet on there and it was like blue. It's kind of like a Miami vibe.
I think I know what you're talking about. That was I forgot the name
It
of
came
it.
out in like 2018. But
I
that's
know.
that's like a project I really fuck with. But yeah, I never really was a big Tory, so I didn't really feel
I'm
like
more of a fan of his Chicks Tape series. I love the Chicks Tapes he do. That shit fly. Uh, okay. Are you into guys and women?
uh I'm into guys. I mean, I might dibble and dabble. Like, I feel like every woman kind of dibble and dabbles for real. But I wouldn't call myself like bi. I wouldn't say I'm a lesbian. Like I like men.
So you dibbling that. What was your first experience like with a woman?
What was my first? Like I never a woman like just solely with the like just with a woman. I've
So
had
you had,
huh?
my bad, finish you saying, excuse me.
I've had like just like kissed a girl. I don't put all my business out there, but I, dibble and dabble.
Have you ever had a threesome before?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Right. Was your experience always good, or was it pleasurable?
The
Like,
best one was, I will say, the best one I had was with 3 girls. Well, 2 girls, me and 2 girls.
mm, like orgy type, or just
No,
right. Right, gotcha. So y'all using like strap-ons, or you just like
no.
okay. I was I just find it fascinating that females do that because I'm like, what are y'all gonna do that? Like, I mean, hell, like especially when people use like fake dicks or that. I'm like fucking strap-on. Like, I don't get it. Uh, okay. And you talked about before. Do a lot of people like get you confused like with the lesbian? Do we talked about that off camera earlier?
No, like you and like the girl I was telling you about, at my job, like she just blatantly asked me, but I've never been like blatant before. I mean, I know I come off as like a tomboy because I am a tomboy, but no pin me to my knowledge as a lesbian.
Where you get your masculine energy from?
I just, I don't feel like I have masculine energy.
Okay.
You're the person to tell me I have masculine energy. I mean, I have nails, got lashes.
Masculine energy is all about your persona.
Hmm. Hmm.
So why you had got a
What
divorce?
makes, I'm gonna ask you a question. What makes you think I have masculine energy? Like, what about me gives off masculine energy?
I don't know. It's just your cadence, the way you carry yourself. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Um,
Hmm.
it's very interesting.
Hmm.
Why did you get a divorce?
Because that nigga was trash. He was toxic. No, for real, that relationship was toxic.
I can't believe this.
I found out he was a narcissist, and I always heard about narcissists, but um, I never like truly knew what it was until end of that relationship. I'm in California, like what the fuck? I'm like questioning myself. I'm questioning myself about everything. I'm questioning myself about when I go to the mall, like what do I even buy? Where do I start? Like just that type of thing. And not really knowing what I want to do in life. Like and even just my energy, like my energy wasn't where it is right now. I would try to get a good, big girl job, and I just was not getting nothing. Like it's just that whole relationship kind of like was breaking me down, and I didn't realize it. Excuse me, until I was 1,000 miles away from like family and friends. So the beginning of the relationship was, it was cool, but I was who I was right now, and I missed red flags because I was just so like confident. And I remember one time he was staying with me in my dorm room. He told me you could lose 20 pounds, and at that time I'm like, nigga, I look good. The fuck. But when you start hearing the same shit over and over, you start to believe them. You start believing what they're telling you because it's coming from a person you love and they so called love you. And so just eventually, I just saw like I just knew I wasn't gonna be fully happy in a relationship, and I think even before we separated, I was trying to think of a way to get out, but I didn't fully understand what I was in until we separated. I was by myself and I had time to think. And I read a book. I literally Googled. why am I questioning myself in my relationship? And that popped up, and I read a book, and that shit literally told me about my whole 6.5 year relationship. And
What book you read?
what the fuck was the name of that book? Um, Hold on. Is it downstairs? I can't remember the name of the book. I'll have to like search it real quick. But it was a book. It was a good book.
Am I keeping you up right now? You look sleepy.
Look sleepy?
Yeah, I thought you was gonna get sleepy. Uh, okay. So you was in a 6 year relationship. So you filed for divorce?
No. I told him to file for divorce because he wanted the divorce. Um, so he wanted me to file, but I said, no, you're gonna file it, you're gonna pay for it, and that's that.
Mm. Are y'all still close today?
No, hell no. I recently just told him, I reached out to him because he was, for whatever reason, his new phone plan was coming to my parents' house in Columbia. He lives in California, I believe. So I did reach out to him and just be like, I need you to change that. It's getting weird. Like, you never received mail at my parents' house, so why is your new phone plan coming to my parents' house? But other than that, no, don't talk to him. Don't need to talk to him. I'm good. Yeah.
How long ago you got divorced?
Um, it's gonna be a year on the 13th.
So you got married when you were 21?
No, I got married when I was 24. 24?
Okay. So you
24.
had like, so you say I think you had a 6 year marriage. You said what was it, 6, 4?
Hmm.
How long your marriage was again?
Well, we got married. We got married July 2017. He left for deployment, came back May 2018. I moved to California July 2018. And then we separated February 2019. So, I mean, we was actually married for almost 2 years, but I just count them 7 months I was in California. Because I don't know what the fuck he was doing on deployment.
So you was in the military? What part of the branch you was in?
Navy.
Yeah, you know military people are professional cheaters. Uh,
He's actually with somebody that he had me around and shit. So, yeah.
do you ever see yourself getting married again?
I don't know. It has to be the right person. It has
Mm.
to be someone we've built a foundation. Like, we really got to, I really want as my best friend. Like, I can really truly be myself around. And that, like, supports me. So if I'm willing to get remarried, if it's the right person, and if that's what we want to do, I necessarily don't have to get married. Um, but yeah,
Is life more happy since you got divorced?
yes, I'm very happy. Um, I love myself. Like, I don't know. It's a different. Even like people that saw me go through that shit, like they just like Chelsea, like you. It's a difference. It's just a difference. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm definitely happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay. I mean, typical average black marriage lasts less than 5 years. So,
Mm,
yeah, y'all made that statistic true. Um,
it's all good though.
right,
We
right,
fine,
right.
baby free, all that. No,
So you have no kids out of this? Okay. Was that planned or it just happened like that?
no, we just thank God. Yeah, we didn't have any kids.
Okay. Okay.
If he wanted to get rid of it anyway, so it don't matter.
So you got a divorce?
Mm-mm. He told me if I were to get if child, never mind.
Oh, what the last word? I can't hear you.
Um, it was just before everything went left. Like, we was at dinner and I was like, I might be da da da, and he was like, if we are, we have to take care of that. That's what he told me.
How did that make you feel?
At the time, I was like, "What the fuck?" My husband saying that to me. Um, I think when I found out he was having a baby, I think it kind of affected me. But now it's just like, I don't care. I'm not with him.
Was you hurt, though? What I'm saying, when he told you those words,
Was I hurt? Yeah. At the time, yeah, I was hurt because that he was my husband at the time. So,
why you think he said those words?
cause he didn't love me for real.
Mm.
He loved what I. He loved what I. He loved what he benefited from me. Whatever that was for him, I don't know. But his love wasn't unconditional. That shit had conditions, and I realized that after the fact. Because even when we separated, I was still trying to be cordial. I still was trying to be friends, but he was doing shit. He was doing shit like behind closed doors. But he was like,
What that mean? What that mean? Behind closed doors, what that mean?
he would. He just was. He would just was ain't shit behind closed doors. Like talking about me to other females. But in my face, he still like even when we separated, he still wanted to be friends. He still wanted to be cool, and like I started listening to my intuition. My intuition started going off, and I just found out shit. And I was like, bro, like you fake.
What was he saying behind you? You know what he was saying?
I don't remember. It was just stupid shit. Even when we separated, he was like entering random people's DMs like, "I'm a solo act now. I'm getting divorced," but still was in my face like we
I mean, if y'all divorced, don't you feel like he has a right to be in other people's DMs?
we wasn't divorced then. We was still married.
Mm, okay, okay. What part you feel like you played at the divorce though? 'Cause you said everything was his fault. Do you
I
feel
don't
like
think it was his fault, but he initiated the divorce.
okay? Would you feel like if you had to take responsibility on some things, would you take responsibility on?
I take responsibility for not leaving sooner. I take
Okay.
responsibility for actually going through getting married when I knew deep down I shouldn't have. But
So
I
you
love
knew.
her.
Let me get this correct now. Let me get this right, Blanco. You knew you weren't supposed to marry that man.
I knew I wasn't supposed to marry him the time that we got married. I felt like we should have waited. Um, but again, I loved him out. That's who I wanted to be with at the time. And yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna listen to my heart and do it. And unfortunately, it didn't plan out like that.
Well, I mean, you had a gut feeling was don't do it before you get married. I think you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hey,
Well, it's already done,
I
but I'm
was
just saying moving
young.
on in the future though.
Huh?
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, yeah. Um, what advice would you give somebody if they about to get married or about to get a divorce?
Whatever. Both ends.
Yeah.
Advice for getting married. I mean, truly listen to your intuition, because I feel like that's how God speaks through us. We just gotta really sit down and listen. But I feel like and like I said, I want that's what I wanted, and so when he was finally like, "Let's get married," I'm like, "Okay, like let's do it." But deep down, I'm like, yo, we're not ready just because it was a traumatic event before that. And it was like some bullshit, kind of like how we ended things. But I thought he genuinely was being sincere about, all that. So just more so like listen to your inner self because that's how God be talking to you. And I just feel like you know. Like and just getting divorced I can't really give advice on that because every divorce is different. My divorce just happened to be nasty. But some people just are amicable. Like they just split peacefully. Unfortunately, that's not how my divorce was. But for advice for people that are dealing with a hard divorce, is just more so focusing on you. Um, Focus on you. You know, love on yourself and do the things that you've been wanting to do. Especially if you feel like that relationship kind of like held you back, or you just felt like you gave so much to that person and you didn't really receive that love the same way. So focus on yourself, get yourself right, and let that shit come. Like right now, I'm not really pressed to be in a relationship. I'm not necessarily looking to be in a relationship. It's just more so I'm working on myself. I'm trying to get myself right.
How are you mending this broken heart right now? How are you mending? Like, what steps is helping you get over this heartbreak?
I'm not heartbroken anymore. So
What help you get over it though?
moving on with life.
Okay.
Realize kind of finding my. I think what really helped me was 10 weeks later. I found a job at A&M. Like, okay, this is the Chelsea. I'm like, this is who I was. I just had to. I just had to go through that. But I don't know. I started focusing on myself. I started being selfish. And sometimes you got to be selfish in life. And in that relationship, I wasn't selfish at all.
Mm, okay. You feel like you be setting a lot of thirst traps on the internet,
No,
so you don't.
I don't think so. I don't. If I do, I don't intentionally try to put a thirst trap on you.
Mm, okay.
Do you think I have any thirst traps on my page?
Yeah, I'm about to show you something right now. So that right there in the thirst trap.
Not a screenshot.
Don't
I,
do that right there. Don't do that right there. Don't do that right
that
there.
was like I was working out. I felt good. I looked cute. I didn't. It's a real classy. If you want to call it a thirst trap, it's classy.
And it's not a screenshot. It's my Instagram on my phone right here. Thank you,
Oh, okay.
congratulations.
Sorry.
Okay, by the way, for everybody who watching it. Continue.
No, I don't. I feel
So
like
this right here is not a thirst trap. It's
that
just
might
right
be a
here.
thirst trap because I was looking good.
So you just wasn't trying to show off so you can have guys in your DMs flying. But
Niggas don't really. People be in my DMs, but like niggas be scary. Niggas don't really be in my DMs like
so
that.
you want guys in your DMs though. You want that attention. You were trying to do that for that attention.
No, I did that because my ass looked good. I was working out and I looked good. Like the fuck.
What I'm saying, you did it for validation though. You posted that pic for a reason though.
I mean, what the fuck is Instagram?
When you post pictures and post pictures.
I mean, damn, I posted a picture. I wasn't
I
like,
ain't judging you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying you was trying to show off though.
I
I'm asking.
did. I don't give a fuck. But I don't, again, I looked good. I felt good. I wanted to show my ass. Like, y'all see this? I've been working. The fuck?
Mm. So you the type when you go to the gym, you be going like the big mirror so you can do all that. Okay.
No, not all the time. I
So you
had,
can.
I believe that morning I had to wake up and do like an in service. And then I was headed to the gym. And that was a new outfit. I had just bought that, and so I'm the type of person when I buy a new outfit and I just feel good, I'm gonna take a picture. And I never posted no picture like that, and so I just felt good about myself. My ass looked good. I felt good. I looked good. I looked good. Why not?
Well, guys like following you around in the gym, maybe.
No, I don't. I At the time I was going to F45, so it wasn't. No, it wasn't that type. You kind of go to the class, do your class, leave.
There's a lot of. Is your DM popping like that? What's the best way somebody approach you in the DMs or in person?
What's the best way to approach me in my DMs?
I said, what's the best way to approach you in your DMs or in person?
I'm about to say, I'd rather you approach me in person, but if you approach me in my DMs, just don't be corny. I like somebody to be real straight up about what they want, their intentions. Excuse me. And if in person the same way, you ain't gotta act a certain way. You ain't gotta say fancy or lie. If you're interested, I mean, let it be.
So are you keeping that same energy as well? Is what you saying?
If I'm interested in somebody, but I don't really like to shoot my shot in DMs. I have, but like I don't really like to shoot. I'd rather talk to somebody.
Okay, 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 okay. Do more guys approach you in person, or they be sliding, or they be sliding in the DMs? Which one they usually attack first, or more often?
What you say?
I said, do they attack your DMs a lot, or they really see you in person? They approach you more. Do you get approached more in person? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't get approached. I think I have rested bitch face, so I don't. People, guys approach me, but like I feel like I get more approached on the internet.
So what you saying is you ain't find your type to approach you. Is what you're saying?
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
That's what you're saying. I already know what that means. Though. I know what that means. I believe all women get approached, even the quote unquote unattractive ones. Just ain't getting approached by they type. You want your type to approach you.
I don't even, honestly nowadays I don't even know what my type is. I thought I had a type, but I really don't know. Um, but like
Well,
if you come correctly, like I'm entertained, and we're gonna see where it goes. Now, if you start, then I just
so since you brought that up, though, what's the height? How much money does a man got to make, and a man decides for him to talk to you, for him to be with you?
what salary? He got to at least be making what I'm making. Hell,
What you making a year right now?
I think I'm at like I just got a raise, and it was almost like 20, like what was it, 2400, 30 something like that. But I make like 55 because I work two jobs, so yeah, like 55.
What is height requirement?
I don't know. I'm short as hell, so
That's all you.
I'm 5.5.
What does his height requirement need to be?
I need you to be at least a cute 5'9".
What does skin tone need to be?
I'm trying to get away from that. I love me a dark chocolate man, but I'm trying to dibble and dabble, switch it up, child.
In your race or outside of your race? Like you try to dabble outside
I'm,
your race?
I'm interested in a white man, but I don't think white men are interested in me.
When you start looking down, when you said that.
I don't know. Because people ask me that, and I don't think white men like me. Mm. But I see myself with a black man. So,
Most men date in their own race for the most part. Though. It's very rare that they usually date outside.
but if a white guy approach me, he gotta have a little swag to him. He can't just be, you know.
So you want like the Justin Bieber type?
No, I want more like a Shia LaBeouf type. I feel like Shia LaBeouf got a little swag. Justin Bieber not really my look.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Well, okay. Does dick size matter? Does a man's penis size matter in a relationship?
Oh, for me, yeah. For me, yeah.
What the number size is? I don't know why black women that a man's size matter. I don't understand height and size so matter so much. Like they're the only race of women that cares about that. But go ahead though. Like what number? Like I don't understand.
Average. I mean, you gotta be at least average. What's average?
Whatever.
6, 7.
I don't know why black women want a porn star in bed. I don't understand.
A 7 is a porn star.
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. Not talking about you. Just saying in general. Just I don't know. I don't know. People been watching too many flicks.
I feel like a six or I feel like a seven is average. That's not asking for a lot. Now, if I said 10, you could be like,
I'm like, goddamn, like, man, I don't know where you have to go to. You have to go back to California where it's legal out there to shoot it at to go find what you're looking for. Though, if that what you was looking,
yeah.
that was,
But yeah, average. I gotta feel something.
I don't understand why people care for black women so proud. They only got two moves, so I don't even understand. Oh,
Ooh.
I seen something on your page. You said you got like your first beat sale right here. You said my first beat sale on BeatStar. Like, how that feel?
I feel good. The that was just like just another another thing to like motivate me to keep going. The fact that somebody actually my beat hard enough to buy an exclusive beat. So just motivation.
You know, you was flexing money right here. How much money that was you was flexing?
I don't know, but that wasn't real money.
That was fake money. Why
I,
was you flexing?
I said manifesting.
Now, why was you doing that right there? You got stick up kids out here. Got jack boys. They hungry.
See, niggas ain't gonna find me. I don't give off that energy, so I don't get fucked with. Knock on wood.
Um, what do you bring to a relationship though?
What do I bring to a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, like
What do you bring? Like, what do you have to offer?
a lot. The fuck.
And what ways though? Everybody got something to offer, but does
I,
it good outweigh the bad?
I'm independent. I stay with myself. I work two jobs. I'm make my creative. Like I got goals. Now I don't really like cooking and all that. I'm not the best cook, but I cook. But I'm not your motherfucking Martha Stewart. Um, but yeah, I can hold my own. I bring a lot. Like I'm very loyal to the point where sometimes I should get on my nerves. But I bring a lot to the table. Like I don't really know how to answer that. That's a very I feel like in-depth question. Um, but as far as just like in a relationship and getting to know someone, like for the basics, I have my own. I don't need it. Um, and I'm very driven. I'm motivated to get what I want. So
Do you believe men with money? This is my last one right here. Do you believe men with money have the right to exercise their options? Because they say this is what the streets are telling me. And when I say the streets, that's the internet. They're saying a man making a certain amount of money over six figures has the right to cheat, but it's not cheating. It's exercising options. Would you agree with that?
no.
And why so?
Okay, if a man with that money can do that, can a woman do it?
Well, see, it's different between men and women, though. That's a different thing
Y'all
right there.
niggas get on my nerves with that shit.
It's different, though. Does the woman make as much money as the man?
Nicki Minaj, her
How
husband,
far?
her husband don't make Nicki Minaj.
Her husband is a pedophile in prison.
We didn't talk about that. We talking about Nicki making more money than her husband.
But how well is that working for her, though?
You said, how does that work for her?
How well is that working for her right now?
Shit. I don't know. She got a baby. She seemed happy. Hell, I don't know.
I mean,
She don't post her personal life on the internet, so I don't know.
I
But
mean, in certain ways, though. In certain ways, I do, but I just feel like with a man doing it. Now, I don't agree with it. I just feel like cheating is cheating. But how they're putting it, they're saying that they have more options because they got money, so more women is attracted to them. or whatever. So it's okay for them, to step out. It's exercising options. It's utilizing options. I mean, in some ways, I guess it makes sense, but I wouldn't do it me personally. But I guess, I mean, like, would you be in a relationship with a man like that if he was making over six figures or whatever?
If he was making over six figures and he could just choose options while he with me, then no. What? If you want to explore your options, go explore your options. Don't waste my time.
Basically, you ain't no option.
Period.
Period. Okay. I like how you put that together. That was nice. I appreciate you having your own, Chelsea.
Thank you for reaching out. Let me get on. How did you even find me?
I was on the explore page. Yeah. Usually right now, you be like, you got any other couple questions for me before we go? Any shout-outs or anything?
Do I have any questions for you?
Yeah, I usually do at the end of it.
So how did this come about? Like, what is your end goal? Like, you interviewer? Do you want to be on the radio? Like, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to be on radio, trying to blow up on YouTube, trying to be a big YouTuber. All that good stuff. So my voice get recognized.
Where are you from?
I'm from South Cape. I'm around that neck of the woods.
What part of South Cape?
I ain't gonna say that on the internet, but I can tell you. I'm not telling nobody on the internet where I'm at, but I'm from South Carolina, around the neck of the woods.
What else I want to ask you? Do you just interview women or do you interview other people?
I interview anybody who want to come on here. I mean, I know it looked like that. I interview women, but just I don't know. Black women supporting me right now, so I mean, yeah.
Black women supporting you. You need to be one of our biggest cheerleaders.
You don't think I am?
I don't know, child.
Why you say that? Whoa, why you say that right there? Like, what you mean?
I don't know, child. Just some of your responses to things. Maybe you're just trying to shake the table.
I'm just very objective, and I just say what every other man be thinking about, but they just scared to say it. A lot of people scared to say certain things. But I don't care. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. A lot of stuff just need to be said. I want to see them elevate, though. I feel like that's a different subject, though. But yes, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I have any more questions.
All right, man. I appreciate you, though, man. You have a good night.
Well, check it out. Everybody, click the link in my bio. I put most of my beats on YouTube. I have a lot of music on BeatStars. Check that shit out. And subscribe to my YouTube. I'm trying to get at least 100 subscribers.
Oh, I'm trying. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. You need to subscribe too.
I already did.
You did? You sure you did?
Yeah.
I need you to screenshot and show me some proof. I'm gonna need y'all to do that. Yeah, y'all subscribe to YouTube channel. I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel soon, ASAP though.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, you have a good night.
Appreciate you.